Hey everyone, this is Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, and welcome back to the channel. In this channel, I try to explain everything to do with portable ham radio, so POTA, Worldwide Flora and Fauna, and I will be experimenting with other OTA programs this summer, hopefully, and DXing and contesting, but primarily portable with some DX sprinkled in. So today's video was based on a viewer email. Basically said, "Holy smoke, Stuart, how do you work so much DX?" That's all his email said. It's a simple answer to a complex question. So I'll try to go off the top of my head here because I haven't really planned what I'm going to say in this video, but it's a combination of a lot of things. One is my proximity on the East Coast of Canada really favors Europe, Africa, Middle East. That's a bonus. But I'm editing a video right now from when I was in Ontario, and I still had very big DX pileups. So maybe proximity to the East Coast does give me a little bit of a favor, but again, I replicate it in Ontario. Secondly, I understand the time of day to go out. So I hear from a lot of my friends that they don't get nearly as much DX as what I get, but when I dig down deep and find out what time they're going out, and this ties into the next part of the answer. Again, it's my thoughts around this are a little bit fragmented right now, but I try to get out right at sunrise if I can, or just shortly after sunrise. So I capitalize on the gray line in the morning, but I'm also getting when the ionosphere is reshaping for daylight, so I can leverage the D, E, F1, F2 layers effectively. So I can use all the bands to my availability to work, Russia, for example. I know if I get out at 9 o'clock in the morning my time, I have a very good probability of working Russian stations. If I get out anywhere between 7 a.m. and say 10 a.m., I have a good opportunity to working Australia, or even now, India and other countries in Asia. I have a good opportunity to work Europe anytime, in morning or early afternoon my time. So time of day is very critical. I know a lot of you don't have the flexibility, let's say I do, to get out first thing in the morning. Some of you have day jobs and you have to go to work. That I understand that. I'm lucky enough that my work can go with me. I can do it from a portable ham radio location very easily, as much as I can do it inside of my shack here. I don't have to go to an office, which is a bonus. The last answer ties into this number 3, understanding propagation. I was working a station today, a U.S. station. I don't know, I can't remember exactly where it was. Doesn't matter anyways. It was a new U.S. park that I needed, and I was going to work them because I needed that park. But it was the middle of the afternoon, and he had a good run going on 20 meters, and all of a sudden he decided, I'm going to go to 40. And I was thinking, why? So for you working DX, there's a couple things about 40 meters you really need to know. One, don't go there in the middle of the day, because you're not going to work anywhere outside of your near vertical instant skywave contacts. You're not going to work DX. I mean, I go at night sometimes and work 40 meters and work DX on 40 meters from a portable location, because, the ionosphere has changed at nighttime, and I can leverage, the lower bands to my benefit at night on, say 40 and 80 meters to work DX. So understanding propagation and what times of day and, how propagation works is critical. I got some videos I want to do on propagation. I just haven't got around to doing them yet. So the complex answer here is I just don't go out willy-nilly at any time, and unless I want to work Canada and US, I really am strategic about the times of day I go out. A lot of my friends, I call it like strategically lucky, maybe it's good terminology to use. I mean, they'll get a nice DX station at a weird time, and it just happens to be that there's an opening at that time, but it wasn't strategically planned. So for us that like to work DX, we understand that 10 meters is the place to be. I'm not going to go on 20 in a crowded band and work DX on 20. I mean, it could work DX on 20, but why would I not just go up to 10 and work longer range, work Russia, Middle East, Africa, Asia on 10 meters from a park or portable location, or 15. 15's been really good lately too. Why would I go on 20 meters like everybody else? Isn't that the definition of insanity, doing the same thing as you always do and expect different results? This is where understanding propagation comes into play too, because the higher bands are sometimes better for DX. Again, if you want to work Joe in Kentucky and Bob in New Jersey and Frank in New York, and you're sitting at a park in New Jersey, 40 meters perfect. Going 40 meters, going 20, all the power to you. But if you want to work Vlad in Moscow and Khalid in Kuwait and Mohammed in Casablanca, Weinard in Namibia, you need to understand what's the best time of day to go there. For example, 20 meters, I could work Weinard, Victor 5-1 Whiskey every day on 20 meters around 2000 UTC, because I understand that the band is open to Namibia from my location at that time of day almost all year. I know that 20 meters dives to Europe around 2000 UTC in the wintertime. There's a reason why, if you look at the POTA spot page, and this video is starting to get really long. There's a reason why you look at the POTA spot page or the Worldwide Flora and Fauna spot page, and you don't see very many European stations on after, let's say, 1700 UTC. You may start to see South Americans showing up around 2000 UTC, because it's starting to get more popular in South America, parks on the areas for sure. And you may start to see some Australians floating in and around, around midnight UTC. But again, sometimes our chances of working them are very, very difficult, because they're using a wire in the tree. If you're working portable here, you're using a wire in the tree, or a Wolf River coil, or some other, I call them not DX friendly antennas. So again, if you want to work the guy next door, fine, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you really want to work DX, you got to understand these core principles. And there's many others I could get into. I could have a 30-minute video here. I think that's enough for today. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot. Thanks for checking out the video. I welcome your questions. You can look me up on QRZ and email me from my address on QRZ. You can leave a question in the comments below. That gets to me as well. I make this channel just to share my knowledge. I'm just a simple guy that does simple things. Really, at the end of the day, everything I'm doing is not overly complex. Nothing at all is complex. I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot. See you guys in the next video, whenever that will be. See ya.